MrMaD up in this bitch, feeling a little bit better. I could scream, same. Probably because I've had a few beverages. We're gonna start with this one because this is the oldest thing that I got. Has nothing to do with the normal shit that I normally do. I've got the deets all up on this side, so I'm just gonna unbox it from my perspective from down here, just in case. You never know. This is just, you never heard of this thing. I'm probably one of the only few people that ever even seen these in real life. You know, you're probably too young to even know what this is. But for me, it's a little special thing because I had this back when I was a shorty. My dad bought it for me. And I don't know what happened to it between then and now. However, I found one on eBay because this is the time of year where you just kind of like, you know, buy a bunch of shit for no good reason and then hoard it for no good reason as well. And obviously I've got a lot of shit that I don't use. It's whatever. But make sure there's no anything. All right. I don't even know why I got this. Ice hockey. This is a battery-powered manual ice hockey game because back in the days, the best game they had was probably an Atari 2600. My dad bought this for me when I was like this big, and we would have a lot of fun playing this game. I think it probably took like D batteries, and I don't even have D batteries, so I can't even show you how it works or whatever. It's got some painter's tape, you know, to seal it, so let's crack this hole open, see what the fuck's going on. Look, back in the day, probably had like a real tape on it or something. Whatever. I'm not worried about it as long as I got the device that I'm nostalgic about. This is from Radio Shack. So, wow, these niggas packed it up really well. Apparently, I opened it upside down, of course. Nothing in the box. Set that aside carefully. I want to preserve the box. And I'm going to flip this the right side up so that nothing falls out or anything like this. This is exactly, it's not exactly how I remembered it because I was obviously a child and this seemed like the biggest device of all time. Like to me, like right now, this is like this big. When I was a kid, this was like this big. And I'm like, yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't hooked up to a fucking car battery back then. But it's just this little tiny thing. This is like the handheld devices of the time. And this is fucking awesome, man. And look, Boston, Chicago, New York, Detroit, Philadelphia. These were the teams, I guess, that were around back then. There's no batteries. I'm gonna see what type of batteries it takes. The little panels back here. I wanna say this is Tandy, which was a Radio Shack brand, but it says Radio Shack on the box. I don't know how to open this. What am I doing wrong here? Everybody had muscles bigger than mine back then, apparently. I don't know. I don't want to break it, but I feel like I'm going to break it somehow. No, it's just kind of push. Yeah, so C batteries. They're not D batteries, but I also don't have C batteries anyway. So, however, unlike the one that I had, which I managed to lose all the pieces for, this one actually still comes with the additional goalies, the additional turning thing. See how it turns? Like, you know, they all turn. So it's a game of like foosball, but in hockey. And they all work, obviously. But they give you the extra goalie or the extra player. And then 4 pucks, which I lost probably all of them growing up. But you see they're here in the extra container alongside the goalies, or the fucking players. Not the goalie. So the goalie is its own, the goalie is right here. And you just play against each other. This is amazing. And then you set let me seal this up before I lose another 4 hockey pucks. So as far as I'm concerned, this is complete in box. And it wasn't that expensive. It was like $30 or $20. And if you had 2 players, when the battery runs, you could press like this up and down, and these players go up and down. You know, so if I had the middle one here, I could press it forward, and this guy goes, zzz, and then you could and fucking score a goal into the shit. It's foosball, but it's hockey. That's all. Nothing too major here. And I don't know. This was like the coolest thing in the world when I was a fucking kid. And then, like I said, like if you score a goal, then 1, and then 2, or the other way, 2, and then 3. You know, until you got. I think it was like 8, 10, 8. So 10, 8, 9 was the championship. This brings me back, man. Maybe one day I'll call over my pops. And I'll be like, hey, Pops, you remember this shit? You want to play some ice hockey with me? And he'll be like, hell no, I don't play no fucking ice hockey. Nigga, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'll be like, oh, don't worry about it. It's cool. Love you, Pops. Alright, that's the end of that. On to the next video. Thank you for watching, and peace out.